Well, good morning ladies and gents, and welcome again. Red Mud here, and this is quad vlog number 4. Another glorious day in northwestern Zambia. Forecasting rain today. I can see one sort of cumulo cloud over there. He's probably going to develop. Doesn't feel like it's going to rain, but we are definitely getting close to it. It's really quite humid, very dusty, very dry, and almost unbearable when you stop. As long as you're riding on the bike and the wind is coming in, you stay quite cool. So today we're going to take this road. Now, it's an old track. It's pretty overgrown. I've only been up it once in recent times, but it used to be the main road that you took to get from the village of Kyafunkuma back to Solwezi. And then the road which I rode along in quad vlog 3 is just behind us here. This was the new road made in 2016, new municipal road, the sort of semi-maintained graded dirt road, goes all the way up. The village is just about 2 k's up there. So I'm going to see what's putting down here. As though some people have been down here in recent times because the vegetation's been squashed down, so it might not be so overgrown. I think I last came down here in June, I think. It's mid-October now, or early October maybe I should say. It's not quite mid-October. Definitely not a road that's used very often. I don't think any of these trees along here are big enough for people to come and cut down to make charcoal or anything, so they are quite small. Not sure if it's just that they're regrowth from previous charcoal cutting. But the area opens up here to the left into farmland. There's a guy tilling his whole field by hand with his hoe. Unbelievable. Busy guy, eh? Just neat little squares set up ready for planting maize. Plastic bags out in the middle of nowhere. You know what? I'm going to stop and turn around and pick that one up. Yes, we are in a landlocked country, miles away, thousands of miles away from the sea, but honestly, there's no reason for that at all. Right. Okay, onward. constantly vigilant. You never know if there's a log or a rock sitting somewhere in the grass in the middle of the rut. Hit that and then you've got all sorts of trouble. Take it slowly. Only doing about 15-20 kilometers an hour right now. Don't want to go over the handlebars. God, this scrubby bush is almost impenetrable. The only place you can stay in these is on these tracks. You can't venture off left and right. And every so often you'll see a little footpath which has been well trodden and well worn by the locals here, going off to their fields, going off between different villages. Or simply just going off into the bush to collect things that they need. Not sure if I need to turn right there. We might have to circle back. Ah no, this is where we go. Straight on here. Okay. Yeah, someone's been up here in a vehicle recently. My WR450 up here. It was a little bit more of a substantial road then than it is now. Obviously with the new dirt road I showed you at the start, no one bothers with this one too much, I don't think, unless they're trying to get to the village up here, which itself also has a separate road. So this sort of track is really a kind of shortcut joining east-west. Runs in an east-west way, joining two villages together, and the main road runs north-south from Solwezi up towards the Congo border. So be careful, these very deep-watered ruts here from water. Don't get a wheel stuck and bogged in there, damaged by nice new rims. Also got to be careful, there's some thorny bushes here which I don't see them very often. I've not seen them so much in other places, but they've got very long, very hard, very shiny, slippery thorns, which I know cause all sorts of issues with punctures. I fitted ride-on tyre balancer and tyre sealant into my tyres a few days ago, just to cater for these events where we might pick up a thorn or a puncture out here in the bush, far away from rescue. It'll be a long and dreary walk home if I have any kind of serious incident, so we're just going to take it easy and try and avoid the damn thorns. Lovely out here, very peaceful, very quiet, closed in with these trees, gives a little bit of shade. It's actually feels quite cool when you're in the shade compared to these open stretches here where the sun is on your back. Glad I bought the heavy duty brush guard and the enduro skid plates. Whenever I do these tracks there's always stuff bashing into the underside, and there are quite an expense added onto the bike, but I really think it's been worth it considering how rough some of these places I've been with the bike are. Any of that extra protection on such an expensive toy is, I think, very, very good investment. Yeah, someone's definitely been up here recently. There's a tyre track running through here. Some bigger and more developed trees now. Got towards the top of the hill. There's no way you'd ever be able to find your way through there. It just all looks the same. You just have to do it off a compass and keep going in the same direction. Time after we've had some rain, we'll come back up this track and see how much overgrown and how impenetrable it's become. There's no big potholes, it's all on the hillsides. It's not going to have much water, but it will be very muddy, and this grass just grows so quickly. As soon as the rain comes, this will all just be, in a week or two, it'll just be green and thick, lush. Almost at the end. The guy's little kind of, it's a chicken house there. He's putting up a water butt on that wooden stand. Got his little makeshift ladder. Little garden here where he's growing various vegetables. Nothing growing at the moment. It's probably cassava or groundnuts that he'd be growing here. He fenced off his plot. Takes some pride in that little piece of home that he owns, that he can call his own. This area is all maize, so this area is all been cleared, probably by the guy who owns a little chicken house that side. All straight furrows. You see that here they don't have the ridges and furrows. There's a different way of cultivating here for row crops. And I think what they do is they cut all the chaff down and the stubble, and they lay it flat to compost it, and then they just keep planting row crops, so it takes away all the manual labour building up the ridges and furrows. It's a more modern way of doing things. So a lot of guys have the kind of traditional areas ready prepared, and some of these newer areas they've not bothered with all the digging effort to make the ridges and furrows, then they just plant, as long as it's relatively well drained. But it helps to preserve a better soil mass. All these, all the stubble of the plants there, the maize stalks rotting down and adding back into the nutrients in the soil. The soil here isn't really all that fertile. A little bit of tree burning, not to make charcoal. I think they've cut down the trees to use them for something, because charcoal, you'd have a big huge pile of earth with all the logs and branches in it smouldering away to make the charcoal. Here they've just had a little bonfire of brushwood. Some agricultural implements there, that's rare, don't often see them. Oh, there's the seeder. So those rows of maize are being planted with a mechanical seeder, so that's somebody here has got access to a tractor, a bit of finance, and I expect he owns some land, owns quite a bit of land around here, and he has family members and community members working for him as a sort of a above subsistence semi-commercial project. I mean, there's even a seed sprayer there. Of course, you can leave these implements just lying around because no one else got a tractor to steal them, which is fantastic. It's not like the UK where everything's going to be locked up because people come and nick it. Well, here we are at the end. So that is quad vlog number 4. From here I just turn left and head south back into Solwezi. Here we are, everyone off enjoying themselves. So, all it remains for me to say is thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate you guys coming along on these adventures with me, and I look forward to joining you guys on the next one. Until then, please take care.